You already have some fun in math class? We're doing a flipped classroom here in 101. First thing, Friday, we discussed how you need to be taking notes during the lesson. We have definitions and then some problems. Be solving the problems before moving on to the solutions. You may work at your own pace, so if you need to slow down the presentation or pause the presentation, you may do so. You guys ready to begin? Alright, first up, the definitions. I know you guys are excited. First one we have is transversal. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more lines at different points. So, first thing I'm going to do is name the top one M. The one beneath it I'm going to call N. Transversal one I'm going to call T. So, from here, line T is a transversal from this figure. Alright, next definition. It is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are two angles that occupy corresponding or matching positions. Again, corresponding angles are two angles that occupy corresponding or matching positions. What I mean by this is, if you look here, the number 1 is to the left of the transversal and above line M, and the 5 is to the left of the transversal and also above line N. Therefore, they are in matching positions. This also goes along for 4 and 8, 2 and 6, and 3 and 7. Alright, next up, we have alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are two angles that lie between the two lines on opposite sides of the transversal. Again, alternate interior angles are two angles that lie between the two lines on opposite sides of the transversal. Next, we have line M and line N. M is in yellow and N is in green. Here, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, they are in the interior of those two lines. Therefore, they are the interior angles. Alternate interior angles mean they are on opposite sides of the transversal. Therefore, 3 and 6 are alternate interior angles, and 4 and 5 are alternate interior angles. Alright, guess what's next? We have alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles are two angles that lie outside the two lines on opposite sides of the transversal. Again, alternate exterior angles are two angles that lie outside the two lines on opposite sides of the transversal. So we have line M and line N again. Line N is still in yellow and line N is still in green. Now, the exterior part means that they lie outside of the two lines, meaning it's angle 1 and angle 2 and angle 7 and angle 8. Now they have to be on opposite sides of the transversal, so we have angles 1 and 8 and angles 2 and 7. Alright, next up we have our first problem. It reads, line T is a transversal. Tell whether the angles are corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, or alternate exterior angles. First up we have A is angle 1 and angle 8, B is angle 2 and angle 6, and C is angle 4 and angle 5. Have fun working. You have 3 minutes to do this problem, and then we'll move on to the solution. If you need to pause the slide, make sure you do so now. Alright, the 3 minutes are up, so I'm going to move on to the solution next. If you are not done working, please pause and continue working. Alright, now for the solution. For part A, we have angle 1 and angle 8 are alternate exterior angles. For part B, we have angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. For part C, angle 4 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles. The next few seconds we'll be going over why these answers are true. Alright, so for angles 1 and angles 8, they lie outside of the two lines and they're on opposite sides of the transversal. Therefore, they are alternate exterior angles. So for part B, angles 2 and angle 6, both angles lay on the same side of the transversal, and they also lie to the right of both of their lines. Therefore, they are in matching positions, so that means they are corresponding angles. Alright, so then for part C, we have angles 4 and angles 5. They lie on opposite sides of the transversal, so we know they are alternate, and they lie to the insides of their lines, therefore they are the interior angles. Therefore, they are alternate interior angles. Alright, next up, here's a note for the next problem. If lines M and N are parallel to each other, then the measures of the angles that are corresponding are equal, alternate interior angles have equal measure, and alternate exterior angles have equal measures. Therefore, that says if lines M and N are parallel, then angles that are corresponding have equal measurement, the alternate interior angles have equal measurement, and the alternate exterior angles have equal measurement. This will help you in solving your next problem, which is coming up next, so get ready. Alright, next problem. Line T is a transversal, so if angle M equals 125 degrees, find the measures of all the other numbered angles on the figure. Hint, you will need to use your knowledge of supplementary and complementary angles, which we discussed on Friday as well, and have fun doing your problem. Alright, hopefully you guys had a good time solving the problem. If you are not finished, please hit pause and continue working. I am moving on to the solution next. Alright, here's the solution to the problem. Problem reads, line T is their transversal, If measurement of angle 1 equals 125 degrees, find the measures of the other numbered angles. Remember, lines M and lines N are parallel. So, first up, angle 1 is 125 degrees. We were given that. So, using the note that says that corresponding angles are equal, I'd find the corresponding angle to angle 1 first. Therefore, in this case, it would be angle 5. So angle 5 is 125 degrees because of the fact that angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. Next, I would see if angle 1 has any alternate exterior angles. This would be angle 8. Therefore, angle 8 is 125 degrees because, again, if lines M and N are parallel, then alternate exterior angles have equal measure as well. So, the next thing I'll look for if there are anything else that I can do with angle 1. Since we just went over supplementary angles, I know what angle 2 would be. Therefore, you would take 180 degrees minus 125 and get 55. Use the knowledge that angles 1 and angle 2 are supplementary to each other. From there, I said, alright, well, angle 2 has to have a corresponding angle, and since M and N are parallel, they must have equal measures. Therefore, angle 6 is 55 degrees because angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. Next up, I said, alright, angle 2, that also has an alternate interior angle. That would be angle 7. And since lines N are parallel, that means that 55 degrees is a measurement of angle 7. Alright, so looking from there, we have angle 5, however we need angle 4. Angle 4 is 125 degrees because angle 4 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles. Also, we have angle 6 as being 55 degrees because angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. Therefore, angle 3, which is an alternate exterior angle, is also 55 degrees. Remember, they're only equal if M and N are parallel, which in this case, they are. This goes for all the other numbered angles that we found. In order to find that they are equal, you must be using the fact that lines M and N are parallel. This does not, however, apply to when we found the supplementary angles. For angles 1 and angle 2, we use the knowledge that supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. Since we were already given the 1, we knew that we could subtract that from the 180 degrees. Alright, I'll give you a few more seconds to look over the solution, and then we are going to move on to the next problem, so get ready. Alright, get ready. Your next problem is about to come up. For this problem, you want to find the value of x that makes lines M and N parallel. So here you want to use the information or the fact that M and N, you want them to be parallel. That means that corresponding angles, alternate exterior angles, and alternate interior angles will be equal. Therefore, this will make this problem a two-step equation. So good luck and have fun. Alright, I'm going to move on to the solution. However, if you are not done working on the problem, please hit pause and continue working. Alright, for the solution to the problem, Find the value of x that makes lines M and N parallel. Alright, so the angles that are labeled on this problem are corresponding angles. And since lines M and N, we want them to be parallel, that means that the angles measurements will be equal. Therefore, we are going to set up the equation that says 5x plus 18 degrees is equal to 63 degrees. From here is a two-step equation. Alright, we're going to subtract 18 from 5x plus 18, and what you do to one side of the equation, you have to do the other side. Therefore, we're going to take 18 from 63. You get the next equation of 5x equaling 45. Here we want to have x by itself. So, we're going to divide each side by 5. Therefore, x will become by itself, and you do 45 divided by 5. That gives you a result of 9. Therefore, x is 9 degrees. Alright, I'll give you a few more seconds to look over the problem, and then we'll discuss what's happening on Monday. Alright, so come Monday, I want to see the notes that you took on the lesson and the problems, as well as if you have any questions, be sure to write them down. Be ready to go with material on Monday. Hope you had lots of fun doing this and enjoy your weekend.